The DSWD is at the forefront in the distribution of the 15,000 peso livelihood grant for rice retailers adversely affected by the President's Executive Order 39, setting a price cap for regular and well-milled staple grains at 41 and 45 pesos per kilo respectively. Again, our Kenneth Paciente has more.
The implementation of a price cap for regular and well-milled rice was discussed at the sectoral meeting in Malacanang led by President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. today. According to DSWD Secretary Rex Gatchalian, the agency is speeding up the distribution of livelihood grants for affected rice retailers. According to the Secretary, the DSWD targets to complete its distribution by September 14, before the COMELEC implements the election ban for the barangay and SK elections in October. But just this afternoon, the COMELEC approved the request of the DSWD. The DSWD appreciates this urgent act of the COMELEC, which recognizes the need to help those affected by economic challenges. It also added that with this decision, the DSWD can continue providing cash aid to rice retailers even during the election ban, which runs from September 15 to October 31. Meanwhile, the DSWD said the distribution of the livelihood grant is going well. In fact, almost 500 rice retailers have received cash aid since it started, where the DSWD has released 7.5 million pesos from its Sustainable Livelihood Program. According to the agency, it estimates nearly 6,000 rice retailers will receive the livelihood grant. But can the fund afford it? The DSWD insists.
Initially, this year, ang appropriation ng programa na to ay 6 billion pesos, of which around 5.4 to 5.3 ang natitira pa na unobligated sa kanyang pondo. That means, kayang-kaya ma-absorb yung programa na to without new appropriation. Although nagpapasalamat rin kami sa ating House, pamumuno ni Speaker Romualdez, na nung nilunsad itong SLP program para sa ating mga micro-rice retailers, nagpahayag sila na maghahanap pa sila ng karagdagang pondo, almost 2 billion pesos, kung sakaling kukulangin ang DSWDs.
The DSWD and LGUs are also looking to include small rice retailers who don't sell in super or public markets but should receive livelihood grants in Phase 2 of the program. The DSWD insists 15,000 is a fair price for retailers because based on DTI's computation, this is the estimated amount an ordinary rice retailer could lose. But how can those who receive livelihood grants be sure to continue selling regular and well-milled rice?
But two, I leave that to DILG, DA, and DTI, who will also be doing the constant monitoring. From my understanding naman, they're very persistent in monitoring even before, during, and I would assume after the price cap.
With the distribution of the livelihood grants to the affected retailers, the DSWD is also convincing and encouraging them to comply with the implemented price ceiling. Kenneth Paciente for The Nation.